we had a certification of the president of the United States, and somehow, some way, it went off without a hitch. It went off without somebody whining and crying and trying to get people to stop the certification.
Right.
It went like pretty much every single other certification has ever gone in the history of this country. But of course, you still had to have these whiny little babies and these immature assholes who were, of course, showing their ass and showed, just what terrible people that they are and how terrible they plan on being. There was a House member from Nebraska who was being sworn in, and her husband was along for the ride. I believe this is the third time or fourth time she has been sworn in. But as they're swearing her in, the person swearing them in is the Vice President, Kamala Harris. And this was the husband's reaction when she turned to him and said congratulations to him and his wife.
Hi. You want to come here, Bruce? In the middle. Scoot over a little. No. It's okay. Yeah, we'll bite. We're gonna bite. Don't worry. Okay. We're ready. Okay.
Do you solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for your work. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, sure.
Are you going to turn for me? Okay. And then that way just a little bit. There you go. Thank you so much. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that's enough. I don't. Why? Regardless of who you voted for, why is this acceptable behavior?
That's just like, you're a pig. I know everyone's like, you go straight to race, but I couldn't help but think, if Joe Biden was there doing that, would he not have shook his hand? You know what I mean? Like,
Lana, can I stop you there for a second?
Yeah.
And I wish I had it. There's video of because this is her third time or fourth time being sworn in. So there's video when Mike Pence was there. And of course, he basically blew Mike Pence. And there's video. Huh?
Wait, he didn't shake Mike Pence's hand?
No, he blew him, basically, I meant.
I was like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, he was like so excited, that it was Mike Pence. Okay. And then also, too, there was video of when Joe Biden swore him in, he shook his hand. So you are right to bring it up.
Right. So I'm not crazy. Okay, everyone out here watching, when we say we feel something and we get those dog whistles, it's not a joke. Like, it's for real. It's a thing that you feel visceral, like in my soul. I'm like, oh no, that's not a Democrat Republican thing. That's like, Black lady, I don't want to touch you. I don't want to stand next to you. And I don't want to be in this picture with you. Like, it was like, it made my skin crawl. And she handled that like a champ. But let me tell you something. That hit her, right? Because it's always a shock when you experience that, because that racism was that was outward in your face racism. That wasn't like a hitting something. She knew what that was. And like, she handled it. But I know she sat back and was like, wow. But this is the stuff that we talk about, that it still exists in this country. This is the Vice President of America, and you didn't shake her hand.
And she's being as cordial as she possibly could be in the most tough circumstance you could possibly be in. Now, so that feeling Lana's talking about, it's not just based on race, obviously. We all have that gut instinct sometime when something doesn't feel right. Lana's talking about, in this particular instance, that she felt it when she saw it. She knows Kamala Harris felt it when she saw it. And what that gut instinct tells Lana and tells Kamala Harris, and we don't know for sure that's what Kamala Harris was thinking, but Lana obviously can speak for herself, that you have those feelings for a reason. And she didn't even know that there was video of him shaking hands with Biden. And she brought it up saying, hey, I would say this. And what if Biden was there? Well, Biden was there. And there was a handshake with Biden.
Right. Like I tweeted about it, right? And I put that in the video to show tomorrow because I tweeted, yeah, this is racist, like this black woman, because that's what I felt, but I didn't want to just say it here. But I'm glad you gave me that context because I can use that. Like, yeah, because I kept thinking like that was a white man, even a Democrat. He's shaking his hand because it's a mutual respect, because it is a black man, but because that is a black woman, and the way they attacked her, calling her a prostitute, calling her stupid, calling her DEI. He was not going to shake the hand of someone who he thinks is DEI
or claimed she was black.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Lana, I mean, I know there's hesitancy, to say it, but quite frankly, fuck it. Why? If that's how you feel, then that's what you should say. And I'm done downplaying to fucking people's, sensitivities about everything. And just because now they have taken over the narrative that if anybody brings up DEI, they bring up race, they bring up anything that somebody has a legitimate claim to, now it's looked upon as uncool, or it's looked upon as you're whining and you're doing all this stuff because Trump won this time. I'm not giving in to these fuckers. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck what they think or what they say. It does not fucking matter to me. This is where I think we all can learn. And if you don't feel like learning, fuck off. I don't care about you.
Yeah, I was very upset. I don't know if you saw this tweet, but so this woman she replied to someone else's tweet. And she said on the tweet, because the woman was saying basically, thank you, Kamala, blah, 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 blah. And she responded, you just got on your back and spread your legs. Fuck you, Kamala. So, and I thought it was a MAGA, right? So I went on to their page and we were mutual followers, and she a never Trumper, like a Democrat,
yep.
And I'm I replied to her, are you out of your fucking mind? What gives you the right to say, oh, well, Russia, China, no one's investigating? I'm like, do you literally think that Democrats, Mark Elias, if they had something tangible, right? I feel, it seems like, it appears.
That's what MAGA does. That's what Trump does. They do it on feelings.
Exactly. And that's why they get turned. Democrats aren't going to spin their wheels in court with I feel. And I'm like, I wrote a tweet today. I'm like, what we're not going to do is do that to Kamala, because a black woman, because this is what happened. Is there's this thing where the system is not even set up for her to win. It just wasn't set up for her to win.
Right.
Then she didn't, on top of the system that you're fighting that's not set up for you to win, you don't have enough time to do this campaign, but you run a spectacular campaign anyway, and you do it joyously. Kamala literally took all of us at a time where we were in despair over Biden.
Yeah.
And she put us on her shoulders. And she ran with us on her shoulders, smiling the whole way. So for you to come now and say Kamala's not fighting, she might as well get on her back and spread her legs. One,
you're playing in.
Right. One, she did fight. Two, what the fuck is wrong with you in this prostitute thing that you're co-signing with the MAGA? Because
that's what I'm saying. You're playing into the MAGA side of it. Yeah.
That's a weird thing to say. I can understand you're she tossed up her hands, but you're she got on her back and spread her legs. I'm you better shut up.
Yeah, I saw a few of those clowns too. They're posting like, today's the day I am no longer a Democrat. I am becoming an independent, and I'm no longer a Democrat because they are just letting authoritarian. I mean, that's just, like I said, people don't understand. It doesn't work that way. We're not these MAGA morons. We're not Rudy Giuliani. Mark Elias, like you said, he's not Rudy Giuliani who's going to embarrass himself in front of a judge. And when they ask him, why are you here? And he says, I really don't have any proof.
Right,
like, what the fuck are you doing?
And whatever they saw, or like the fires in Georgia or whatever ballots had an issue, that meant that in that state, it wasn't enough that would have swayed it towards Kamala. Like,
correct.
Come on, let's just be real. And then because again, I always wonder, would you say that about Biden? Because you didn't say that about Biden. It's like you're blaming Kamala, like she said, fuck you, Kamala, for Democrats not fighting. So why is she the representation of like why is your anger towards her?
I'll tell you what, because this country, Lana, has lost its mind. It's gone. The logistical mind of the country is gone. It no longer exists. And unfortunately, there's too many people making decisions with their non-logistical minds now. And that's a big, big problem. There's got to be a way we turn this around. But speaking of Kamala Harris and just how gracious
Kamala's at the certification, she grabs that box and she takes off running in the snowstorm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And just start saying, "It's like, yo, fuck that." And just go to Joe and say, "You're president, and we have immunity, and we can do whatever we want."
Lock themselves in the White House and shit.
You know what? Now that you bring it up, fuck it, we should do that. Sounds like a great plan.
It's so nutty.
But anyway, Kamala Harris went in front of the press, which I know this was tougher to do, and you could tell.
Yeah.
Just in her voice, just in the way, but she knew she had to do it. She did the professional thing. And let's watch the clip. And there is something that is disturbing about it, but let's watch her do her thing. And then
Obviously a very important day, and it was about what should be the norm and what the American people should be able to take for granted, which is that one of the most important pillars of our democracy is that there will be a peaceful transfer of power. And today I did what I have done my entire career, which is take seriously the oath that I have taken many times to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, which included today performing my constitutional duties to ensure that the people of America, the voters of America, will have their votes counted, that those votes matter, and that they will determine then the outcome of an election. I do believe very strongly that America's democracy is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. Every single person, their willingness to fight for and respect the importance of our democracy. Otherwise, it is very fragile, and it will not be able to withstand moments of crisis. And today, America's democracy stood.
people are calling her stupid and calling Trump smart. Now, this is where I think could get frustrating for Democrats, and I would say for me, even though what I'm saying is that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden absolutely are doing the right thing, but I am going to use the words, even though, you hear these douchebags on Twitter cry harder. Listen, you fucking morons. Yeah. I'm crying. I'm crying for this country. I'm crying for you. I'm crying for all of us, if that's the term you want to use. I'm not literally, tears aren't coming out of my eyes. But what I'm going to say is that it is sort of unfair that you have to, we have people who understand the rule of law. They understand the way the process works. And these are distinguished people who have made the decision that I don't care what they did. I'm not going to stoop that low. There is a part of you that says, though, I kind of want her and Joe Biden to say, fuck you, I'm not going to your fucking inauguration, because even this fucking asshole today can't stop ragging on Joe. Joe Biden was as cordial as he could be with Donald Trump. And then, of course, he still has to shit on him on his way out.
Yeah. Yeah. So can we just go back to Kamala and how we're saying, that's hard on her having to do that certification. It's hard on her doing that certification and how we watched her, kind of struggle. You can see it on her face. Even when she first came out, she kind of did that thing like that, like she couldn't help it.
Yeah.
But she's sad and disappointed, not because she lost, right? It's because America lost.
That's exactly right.
She is sad because she knows what's in store for us. That's why, not because damn it, I lost. No, it's because one, that idiot and a felon, that's a big disappointment there. And two, we're going to be behind the 8 ball in 4 years. It's just the damage that he's going to do. I mean, I know it's not going to be he's probably so far gone, most of the shit that he wants to do, he's not going to be able to fucking, he's just saying, at this point, it just seems like he's saying shit. I want fucking Gulf of America. He's just we're taking Canada, we're taking Finland and New Zealand, and we're taking all these, we're going to be Russia. What the he's just saying, what the fuck? He's just saying shit at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, she is disappointed. She is more disappointed for the country because it wasn't like you said. It's not like I lost. It's the country lost. And I know my administration would have been way better for this country than whatever the fuck they're putting together over on that side. So,
about rapists and sexual predators and drunks and alcoholics and his best friends getting these jobs. It's literally mind-blowing how, but you know what? It's not a bad thing. This is actually a good thing because maybe nothing that he wants to do will actually get done because he's got fucking morons gonna be in these cabinet positions. Yes, they'll probably fuck a lot of shit up that we'll have to fix, but they may not be able to actually do things because they're just too stupid. They don't understand how anything works.
Well, you and I talked about this the other day too, is that the sort of the if you want to use the word Trump card in their back of their pocket is that Biden did appoint so many federal judges across the country that it is going to be tough for them to get a lot of the stuff that they want done anyway. But here's the problem. Because we have unfortunately, we just have a country now that looks at politics the same way they did Jerry Springer. And they look at the entertainment side of it. And unfortunately, the whole right-wing propaganda machine has already written the script of no matter how anything goes, that it's going to be blamed on Biden, Harris, what they did to the border, and it was just so bad with the border that it's almost impossible to overcome at this point. They're going to make up that sort of story. And the saddest part is the dummies who say to me, cry harder, are the ones who are going to bow down and believe them, and every single word that's written in that script. They're going to go around on message boards. They're going to go around on Twitter. They're going to go on TikTok lives and yell at people about how Biden has opened borders and allowed immigrants in here, and there's no way we can fix it. And
this is hilarious because half of them are upset about the H-1B visas.
These people are they're so stupid. I mean, all these people, they have no idea what they're talking about.